Dear students, continuing our lecture series on organic reaction mechanism, this is our 29th lecture and second lecture on delocalized chemical bonding. And in this lecture we will discuss about different aspects of resonance. And as I have told you in the previous lecture that all type of compounds, they cannot be described by a single structure, and they are hybrid of one or more structures, and each of these structures contribute towards the overall stability of the molecule. And these compounds containing one or more bonding orbitals, they are not restricted to only two atoms, but they are spread over three or more such atoms, and such type of bonding is said to be delocalized bonding. For example, in case of benzene, as I have told you that the basic of the benzene consists of these two structures which contribute about 39% of the actual molecule, whereas these three divorced structures they contribute about 7.3% each in the overall stability of the molecule. So such type of bonding in case of organic chemistry is called as delocalized chemical bonding. And because of this delocalized bonds, there is a difference between the bond energies and bond distance in the compounds in comparison to other compounds where the structure is described by a single entity. So for example, if we are having the actual molecule, the energy of the actual molecule is less than that of any of the Lewis structure. For example, if you see the previous slide, in case of benzene, we have 5 different structures, and structure A, B, C, D and E, all those structures, they will have different energies, but the overall energy of the molecule, actual benzene molecule, will be less than any of these structures. And this difference in energy between the actual molecule and the Lewis structure of the lowest energy is called as resonance energy. So for example, if we say that 6 carbon molecules, 6 carbon atoms, they combine with the 6 hydrogen atoms to give us benzene molecule, and the energy of atomization of this, to convert this into benzene, this requires this much amount of energy, 1323 kilocalories per mole. Whereas if we are to convert this into structure A or structure B, then 6 carbon atoms, they will combine with 6 hydrogen atoms to convert this into structure A or structure B, which will be requiring this much of energy, which is of the order of 1289 kilocalories per mole. Now the difference in energy between the benzene molecule, which is the actual benzene molecule, and the structure of the lowest energy, that is either A structure or B structure, both of these structures, they will have the same energy, and difference is called as resonance energy. And resonance energy in case of benzene is about 34 kilocalories per mole. Now as we have seen that in such cases a molecule can be represented by a different resonating structures, and there are some rules which control that which type of structure will be more stable and which type of resonating structure will be less stable. So some of the important rules of resonance, they are that number one, that all the canonical forms must be bona fide Lewis structures. As we know that carbon has the maximum valency of 4. So in none of the resonating structure we should have a carbon with 5 bonds. So only those canonical forms will be considered where the Lewis structure is complete Lewis structure. Then position of the nuclei must be same in all the structures. So which means that when we draw the various canonical structures, this will be done in putting electrons in the different way, but the nuclei will remain at the same position. So we can change the position of the electrons but not of the nuclei of that. So for example, say in this case we are having chlorobenzene. We know that chlorine can also share its lone pair of electrons with this ring, and when this lone pair forms a carbon chlorine double bond, that means this will acquire a positive charge, and then this bond will move to this position, this bond will move to this position, and we will have a negative charge on this. So that means this chlorobenzene can have this type of canonical structure. Similarly, this negative charge can move in the ring in this fashion, that this will create a double bond and then this will acquire the negative charge. Then movement of this electron pair towards this will acquire the double bond, and then we can have negative charge on this molecule. So overall this chlorobenzene can have these types of canonical structures where all the nuclei, they are present on the same position. Only thing which is moving is that the pair of electron which is moving. Then all atoms which are taking part in resonance, they must lie in the same plane. So planarity is the most important thing in resonance. So planarity is maximum overlap of pi orbital. So planarity will determine that how much resonance or how much aromaticity is there in the compound. Then fourth is that all canonical forms must have same number of unpaired electrons. If we see the case of butadiene, in butadiene, when it is having 2 carbon-carbon double bond, there is no unpaired electron. But if we see this canonical structure, this is having unpaired electrons on carbon 1 and carbon 4. So that means this is not a valid canonical form, because this is not having the same number of unpaired electrons which are otherwise present in other canonical structures. Then energy of the actual molecule is lower than that of any form. So as we have seen that in case of benzene, it can exist in number of forms, that is resonating forms, but the actual energy of the benzene is lower than any of the form in which the benzene molecule may exist, resonating form. And delocalization is what stabilizes a given structure. Then all canonical forms, they do not contribute equally to the true molecule, as we have seen in case of benzene, that the first two A and B structures, they contribute about 37% each, whereas the other 3 divorce structures, they contribute only 7.3% each to the overall stability of the molecule. So depending upon the energy of the canonical form, it will contribute towards the overall stability of the molecule. So each form contributes in proportion to its stability, and the most stable form contribute most. So this is the meaning of what I have said earlier. So for example, if we take the case of ethylene, this is having this structure CH2 double bond CH2, and if we write this movement of this 2 pi electron towards one carbon, that means this will acquire negative charge, this will acquire positive charge, but this canonical form will have high energy as compared to this, because this is a charged species, this is a neutral species, and because of these two highly charged carbon atoms, the energy of the system is very high, and that is why this does not contribute to the overall stability of the ethene molecule. And then these are some rules which are determining that what is the relative stability of the different resonating structures which we can draw for different type of molecules. So the structure with the more covalent bonds are ordinary more stable. So for example, in case of benzene, which we have chlorobenzene, which we have seen in the previous case, the structure where there is no charge, that will be more stable because there are more number of covalent bonds present in the molecule. Then stability decreases with an increase in charge separation. So if the structure is having formal charges, then they are less stable than the uncharged species, which I have told you that neutral species, they are more stable as compared to charged species. So the resonating structures which are either positively charged or negatively charged, they are less stable as compared to the neutral resonating structures. And if the structure is having more than two formal charges, that will contribute very little. More the number of charges, lesser will be the stability of that resonating structure, and lesser is the stability, lesser will be the contribution towards the overall structure of the molecule. And especially unfavorable type of structure is where the two like charges are present on the adjacent atoms. Two like charges means either both the charges present on the adjacent atoms, they are negative, or both are positive. So when they are present on the adjacent atoms, that type of structure is very unstable, and that will contribute negligibly to the overall structure of the molecule. Then structures that carry a negative charge on more electronegative atom are more stable than those in which charge is on a less electronegative atom. So for example, we can see these two structures. Here the negative charge is present on carbon, whereas here in B the negative charge is present on oxygen, and we know that oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. So that means this can accommodate this negative charge more easily as compared to carbon. So that is why this B structure is more stable than A. And last is that structures with distorted bond angles or bond lengths, they are unstable. So if the resonating structure is having normal bond angle or bond length, that will be more stable in comparison to those structures where the bond angle is either more or less, bond length is either more or less than the normal values. So that means structures with distorted bond angles and lengths, they are unstable. Then resonance effect is that we know that resonance will always result in a different distribution of electron density, and that will be the case if there is no resonance at all. For example, if we see this structure aniline, and we know that nitrogen is having a lone pair of electrons which is present on nitrogen, and this lone pair of electrons that can be shared with the aromatic ring also, so that we can have these resonating structures possible if the electron pair is shared with the aromatic ring. And therefore what happens is that electron density at nitrogen will decrease because this will share a pair of electrons with this, whereas electron density at this ring will increase because this lone pair is shared by the nitrogen with this ring. And this decrease in electron density at one position or increase in electron density at other position, this is called as a resonance effect or mesomeric effect. And such groups are said to be electron donating. The electron donating groups, they will cause plus M resonating effect, that is plus mesomeric effect, whereas electron withdrawing groups, they will cause minus M effect, that is minus mesomeric effect. So nitro group will cause minus mesomeric effect because this will withdraw electron density from the benzene ring, whereas this amino group or alkyl group, they will release electron density towards itself, so they will show plus mesomeric or resonating effect. Then there are some other effects on resonance like steric inhibition. So if all the atoms covered by delocalized electrons, they are lying in the same plane or nearly in the same plane, we know this will lead to the resonance or aromaticity. Now many examples they are known where resonance is either reduced or it is prevented because the atoms, they are sterically forced out of planarity, that the different atoms in the molecules, they are not in the same plane. So when they are not in the same plane, then resonance will be either reduced or there will be no resonance at all. So depending upon the structure of the molecule, we will have the reduced or prevented resonance, that how much planarity is lost in that molecule. So for example, if we take this molecule ortho, so this is 2,4,6 trinitro-iodobenzene, and you can see that nitro group is present at the ortho position also, and nitro group is present at the para position also. Say this is position A and this is position B. Now when the bond lengths of this carbon nitrogen bonds, they were determined, in case of A, it was found that the bond length is 1.45 angstrom, whereas in case of B, the bond length is 1.35 angstrom. So this thing happens only when the molecule is not in the same plane. So this can be explained that if the oxygen of the para-nitro group are in the plane of the ring, and when they are in the plane of the ring, that means they are in resonance with the ring. So in case of B, so when this happens, this will share a pair of electrons with the ring, and this will acquire positive charge, and this nitro, they will be in the same plane, because of that this B will have a partial double bond character, whereas this ortho cannot have a partial double bond character, and because of that ortho nitro group are forced out of plane by large iodine molecule, and when it becomes out of plane the bond distance increases to 1.45 angstrom unit, and bond length in case of B decreases because this acquires partially double bond character when they are to maintain the planarity of the molecule. Then some other examples where because of the loss of planarity the resonance is lost. This is paracyclophane having these are derivatives of naphthalene, you can say. So if we add these saturated parts to the naphthalene molecule, then we will have boat shaped benzene rings like this, and these compounds have the properties which depart significantly from those of ordinary benzene compounds. So ordinary benzene compounds, they are completely aromatic in nature, and because of loss of planarity, because of these rings present, saturated rings, there is a strain in these types of pyrocyclophane molecules, and this strain is due to pi bonds also, due to sigma bonds also. So we say that both sigma and pi strains, they are present in these types of molecules, and because of this there is a strain on the geometry of the molecule which inhibits the resonance present in the molecule. Then another example is this belt cyclophane, this molecule which is having a pyramidal structure with C3 geometry, and because this is having C3 symmetry, so that means this cannot be counted as a planar molecule as we see in case of 18 aniline molecule. So because of this C3 symmetry and pyramidal nature, the resonance is affected in this molecule also. Then steric inhibition also affects the resonance in case of 7-circuline. This molecule is 7-circuline, there are 7 benzene rings present in this molecule, and similarly in case of this molecule 9,8 diphenyl tetrabenzene anthracene. So this is anthracene molecule, and 9,8 diphenyl tetrabenzo anthracene molecule this is, and all these they are called as tormented aromatic systems, because here the planarity of the molecule is lost because of the steric inhibition present in these molecules. And then another two examples are these twisting, for example in this molecule 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 octaphenyl dibenzonaphthene. So here also because of the steric inhibition of the molecule, there is a twisting of the aromatic pi electronic system, and the resonance is lost in this molecule because of this, and because of this end-to-end twist of 105 degree, there is 1.5 times as great as observed in previous polyaromatic hydrocarbons. So steric inhibition is 1.5 times more in comparison to other aromatic systems. Then similarly there is an influence of strain also which causes either removal of the resonance or it inhibits the molecule to undergo resonance. One example is this one. So this is 3,3A4 5 tetrahydro 2 pyrano chromine molecule. You can see that one benzene ring is attached to tetrahydroxytene molecule, and here the benzene ring is compressed by the saturated environment present on the other two rings, tetrahydropyrene units, which lead to the distortion of the benzene ring into a boat conformation, which is less stable in comparison to chair conformation, and this causes a strain in the molecule, and due to this strain the resonance is prevented in this type of molecule. Then similarly, in these types of bicyclobenzene derivatives, benzocyclopropene and benzocyclobutene, in all these molecules, these small rings, they induce a strain on the benzene ring, and because of this strain on the benzene ring, the resonance is either reduced or prevented depending upon the amount of strain caused by these small rings. So the lecture is prepared from Jerry March organic reaction mechanism. Thank you very much.